Hey all. So let me wish you all a very good morning. Hope you can hear me properly and see me. Right. So we'll start the webinar. Okay. So again, let me wish you all a very good morning. So amidst of different situation going on in the country right now, so we are glad that you are safe and sound with your loved ones. And we would like to thank you all for joining with us today via this digital platform for another informative webinar organized by the Department of Data Science at NSBM Green University. So welcome you all to the very first webinar of the workshop series for 2022 Evolve. So first of all, on behalf of the Department of Data Science, please allow me to give my warm welcome to all the dignitaries who have joined with us today in order to make this session a success. Mr. Chaminda Wijesinghe, Senior Lecturer and the Head of the Department of Data Science at NSBM Green University. Then we are having Mr. Eranga Silva, Manager, ESL Labs at LSEG Private Company. Then we are having Ms. Chathurangi Shyalika, a Senior Engineer, Big Data and Data Science related at Mobitel Private Limited. So today, through this webinar, we are hoping to give the audience an idea of what this concept data science is and why it has said to be the most trending field out there in the industry and many more facts. So with great pleasure, I take this opportunity to cordially invite Ms. Chathurangi to commence the session with her great presentation. So over to you, Ms. Chathurangi.
Thank you for the introduction, Nitmi, and very good morning for all of you. I will share my screen now. Hope you can see it now. Yeah, and good morning all of you again. And in this presentation, actually,
Chathurangi, excuse me, so we cannot see the screen still.
So we can see that she has started to share the screen, but it has not appeared yet.
Sorry. Can you see the screen now?
No. Nitmi, I think if you have the presentation, you can share from your computer as an alternative.
Sure, sir.
Yeah, now we can see it.
Thank you, Nitmi. And sorry, I think there's a problem. And here, actually, in this presentation, I'm going to give basic introduction for the field of data science. And as I know, you all are in the very first year, or you are going to start your career study career in data science. So in and next slide, please. This is the outline of today's presentation I'm presenting. First, I'm going to give basic introduction for the related fields: data science, machine learning, AI, data analysis, and deep learning. And then I would introduce the data science process, and then moving towards the data science use cases, and then top AI and data science trends in 2022. And then I would speak on how to launch your career in data science, and what would be the tools and skills you need to be thoroughly studied, and then how you would build your own portfolio for real world projects, and then finally would discuss how to be a good data scientist. And then firstly, now, the data science, machine learning, AI, data analysis, and deep learning are all new buzzwords today. And these are all correlated, actually. So the major, as in the figure shown in the right side, the data science is the major role. And data science includes the fields of AI, and then AI means, in AI actually we try to mimic human intelligence for machines. We know that humans are capable of learn, see, and sense things, and then through artificial intelligence we try to give that capability of humans that we all have to machines. And then the fields of machine learning is a subset of AI, actually. So there are many other related fields that AI includes, like cognitive systems, robotics, and computer vision, and multi-agent systems, like you may not have heard. Actually, those are heard, or some of you may have heard and have gone through them also. Then the deep learning is another subset of machine learning. In deep learning, actually, we have like neural networks are in deep learning subset, where we perform like some, we made some neural networks to solve real world problems. And then the data analysis is another concept, where in data analysis, it's also known as data analytics. It's another concept that mainly deals with data. The data analysis, they are actually, we take data and then analyze the data and take meaningful insights from the data. Then in next, I will describe the data science process. And this is the main data science process that every data scientist would deal with. And as newbies to the learning career in data science, it's very useful for you to have some basic understanding or basic idea on how you should perform some analytics, or how you solve some problem using data science. Firstly, you should have a very good basic understanding on the business understanding. That means you should have a thorough idea on the business problem. That's mainly known as the problem definition, that to solve any problem, you need to have an idea on the domain and what's mainly the problem should deal with. And then secondly, you should the data mining is the second stage. In data mining means we should have some data collected in order to solve some problem or study some problem. There we gather data from various sources, like some relational databases and other some external databases, likewise things. And then thirdly, the most important stage is you should clean the data. There we basically fix the inconsistencies within the data, and we handle some missing values and likewise things. And the fourth is the data exploration. There mainly we explore our data using some statistical or some other related querying like task. Actually, here you may have studied of SQL and also some Spark, Hive, Impala, and also like those technologies are used in industry for data exploration. And also in terms of statistical ways, Python like programming languages and PySpark like libraries are used in industrial domain. And then here actually in data exploration, we basically load our data and basically we get an overview of our data sets. And then we identify the variables and then perform some summary statistics like get the count, mean, standard deviation, likewise things that basically we help us to get an understanding of our data set. And the next most important stage is feature engineering. They actually we perform some techniques like imputation, that means handling missile values, like, and also binning, log transform like things, and also grouping operations, dimension reduction like things for our data set for engineer our that can be engineer as that can be converted our data set for our meaningful purposes. And then the sixth stage is the predictive modeling. The predictive modeling means so up to fifth stage actually we perform some basic tasks to make our data set that can be used for our analysis, for the analysis. And then in the sixth stage we build some kind of models using artificial intelligence or machine learning or deep learning to get some to train our machine learning models and evaluate their performance that can be used for our problems. And then the sixth stage is data visualization. There actually we visualize our data set and the clean data set and our solutions that can be shown for our stakeholders for the communication purpose that actually. And among these 7 steps, actually the most important stage is feature engineering part because actually data scientists spend most of their time about 60 to 70% of their time for feature engineering tasks. Then next, I would describe on the data science use cases. Actually, talking about today, the data science is used not only in computing domain, basically in many other domains like travel, marketing, social medias, healthcare, automation, and credit and insurance, and also sales domains. The data science is widely used. And for example, in healthcare industry, data science concepts are used in disease prediction and also drug doses forecasting or drug doses recommendation like things. And also in marketing, side, they are used for concepts like product recommendation and cross-selling, upselling of products, likewise things. And also in other social media domains and also the automation domains, they are used in concepts and projects like self-driving cars, pilotless vehicles like things. And then next, I would describe you some of the data science and AI initiatives that currently holding in my company, Mobitel. In Mobitel, actually, we have a vast number of projects related to predictive analytics, research and domain, and analytics and reporting areas. And some of the examples, if I mention in predictive analytics, we use data science and AI concepts in our customer segmentation and product recommendation projects, fraud detection, personalized marketing, and we use some customer chain prediction for basically for the voice usage, and also the other services like VAST and IDD and roaming like usages. And also we have our virtual assistant product that we have developed using natural language processing, and also the broadband business analysis like, and also market and trend analysis like things. And also talking on the R&D projects, if I introduce, we have Amazon Alexa virtual assistant products, and also some other products also. Then next, I would describe, I would show some of the telco use cases that we have already developed. These are for your basic understanding on how the data science is currently using. These are some of the dashboards we have prepared for like customer segmentation and customer churn analysis. And as I described earlier, in the data science process, the final stage is the data visualization. So here, actually, we visualize our data and our final results in meaningful and some interactive way, such that our higher management and other people in marketing and sales, like departments who have not very idea on the technical background, they can use our dashboards and take some meaningful insights that can be used to increase their sales and to increase their revenue likewise. And next, then I would describe you some of the top AI and data science trends as per now in 2022. And I found basically 9 some of the major related applications. The first one is cloud-based AI and data solutions. Actually, in current world, all the companies are moving towards the cloud-based solutions. If I point some examples, Amazon Web Services, Azure, and Google Cloud, and also like IBM Cloud and IBM Watson like things, and also Oracle AI and Salesforce like industrial applications, they are currently used as the cloud-based AI solutions. And then the second one is improved low-code and no-code technology. Currently, actually, the industry is moving towards solutions that use low-code. And then thirdly, more rules and regulations that actually deals to secure the regulatory elements of the artificial intelligence, such as the trust and ethical users in dealing with the solutions mainly developed using artificial intelligence. As you may have known that Tesla's self-driving class like things actually face a lot of criticism in the world. So there are mainly, so actually companies have to build the AI products according to these rules that can be beneficial for the humans and also all the other technical related matters. And then the fourth one is the focus on actionable data and the insights. The actionable data means actually there are some kind of related big data like data sources. They allows mainly companies to make better decisions and to do the best for their company in order to boost their overall efficiency. And then fifth, the augmented data analytics like concept. It's a type of data analytics actually that automates the examination of big data by combining the all technologies that we discussed like AI, machine learning, and NLP, and also AutoML and automated data cleaning. It's the sixth one. Actually, that deals with automating the techniques of applying machine learning models in real world situations via automation, and also automating the data cleaning part that I described in the data science process. And also the edge intelligence is also a top AI trend. And also the improved NLP techniques, and the improved NLP techniques like they can be used in sentence segmentation and likewise named entity recognition, likewise things. And also the blockchain, using of the blockchain in data science is also a novel concept that is being researched very well today. And next, I would talk on how you should launch your career in data science. And you may also have some problems on what do I need in order to become a data scientist, and how do I land a job in data science after I finish my degree, like things. Basically, you should have some basic knowledge on these mathematics and statistics at first, and then you should be good in programming as well. But actually, it is not very much necessary to be competent in 100%. You should not have competence, because currently companies move towards no code and low code solutions. But you should have very good deep foundation knowledge on the programming concepts. And then you should have a degree in CS, IT, IS, OSC, or other some related degree related to computing. And also you should be competent on the domain knowledge of the area you are trying to tackle with. And then you should have good research skills. And then most importantly, you should have curiosity to learn and explore. And in this diagram, it shows the relationship and the interconnection between these necessities I included. And as you can see, the overlap is there, and basically all of them should be needed in order to step your career in data science. And then next, I would include some relevant tools that you should learn today in terms of that commercial value. Usually, most of the companies and other academia also, this AI and data science field, the Python language is used as the main programming language, and also some other like R and Java is also Java, and also Node.js is also used. And then you should be familiar with Jupyter Notebook or PyCharm like IDE. And then NumPy is currently used for some kind of numerical computations that are basically need for the analyzing of the data and the other data sources like these. And also Pandas is widely used library that can be used for data management in the data science process. And then scikit-learn, Keras, TensorFlow, and Matplotlib and Seaborn, those are also used some kind of packages in today's world of data science. And then nextly, I would include some common skills that you need to practice while you step into the career, and also while you are learning and going through your projects at the university also. Basically, you should, as I earlier mentioned, you should be familiar with the statistics and the mathematics concepts like descriptive analytic statistics, inferential statistics, and also most importantly linear algebra, calculus, and discrete mathematics also. And actually, when talking about the mathematics, you should it's not that you should have done your A-levels in mathematics stream. I personally know some other some who have done other streams in A-level also have good jobs in data science field. So actually you need to have thorough idea and understanding on the basics of mathematics and the statistics. And then you should be competent in programming in R or Python like the language. And then big data is also some kind of skill that you should have an idea with. You should have an idea on the Hadoop ecosystems, like, and also some other like big data concepts deal with. And also BI is also business intelligence is also a skill that you should familiar with in terms of you can be familiar with BI in working with SQL and Power BI like tools. And then machine learning is one of the important skill and domain you should have studied with. And the scikit-learn regression classification and clustering, feature engineering, those are the main areas that you need to be tackled when learning machine learning. And some other domain knowledge and also data visualization, as I described earlier. And also most importantly, you should have good communication skills developed while learning in your university and also when dealing with your projects. And then nextly, I would include some careers in data science in the world today. It's not only data scientist, but there are many other roles like AI engineer, ML engineer, data analyst, statisticians, and architects, big data engineer, and data engineer, likewise computer vision engineer, NLP engineer. Likewise, there are many careers that you can step once you study your degrees in data science and step into the industry. And then I would give a basic introduction idea on the salaries that you can have while in data science. Actually, I should say that comparing to entry-level jobs in software engineering only, you can have some high salary while in data science. Actually, in Sri Lanka also, as per my understanding and as per my experience, the entry-level jobs also have some high level, high means some more than the software engineer role. You can have high salary in data science roles. There are many companies like Veracity AI and also in Virtusa, Mars, SON, MIT, WSO2 also. You can find the jobs and careers related to data science and AI. And in basically about and yeah, in Sri Lankan domain, actually, as per the Glassdoor insights, as I included in the left side, the salary would be in range of basically above 140 lakhs. And then in the next slide, actually, I have included the salary ranges of other countries. And in the left side, in the upper side, I have included some countries from the from the higher to lowest in some major countries that use AI and data science in their industries. The US is top in there. And actually, in the below, I have included the data science average salary by their education level in United States. And you can see that when you have more degrees like the bachelor's, master's, and PhD, your salary would be increased. And here actually the master distinct, it has increased in by 59% and 30% for the PhDs. So you can have some idea on the salaries that you can have once you step in the industry after having your bachelor's degree. And then in the right side, I have included the salary range by the experience in the US. Once you have many experience, then your salary would gradually be increasing. And then in the latter side, in the lower side, I have included the data scientist salaries by the industry, and mostly you can have high salary while in our domain like computing and technology domain, but not least the other domains also you can have a high salary while working in other domains like insurance and banking, finance, and other education institutes like companies also. And then next, I would describe you how you should build your own portfolio to work in real world projects. Actually, I have identified some of the steps as you can see in the right side. Firstly, actually, you should learn the core skills for the data science and the machine learning tech concepts. And then you should pick out some data sets and try to start with and try to play around with the data sets. Then you should start your project actually in Jupyter Notebook. And the benefit of using Jupyter Notebooks is like in Jupyter Notebook, you can execute your code line by line. So there actually you should have idea on what is happening in your code and the main concepts that lies behind your code, and also the theory and the algorithms that deals with your code also. So Jupyter Notebook is actually a good platform for you to start with. And then fourthly, you should explore your data and actually make sure you understand all the concepts in your data and what you are basically doing. And then you should have you should define your own objective in order to pursue with your purpose. And then you should clean your data and do feature engineering, and then build your analytical base table. That means analytical base table means that some kind of table that you prepare after from your feature engineering and cleaning the data. Likewise, things are over. So the analytical base table, you basically use that for your modeling purposes. That means to make some models based on your clean data set. And then complete means you should complete your analysis or train your models from your own computer using your CPU, or if you have GPU, then you can use them also. Then you should write about your projects directly inside your Jupyter Notebook. That means you can use either comments or likewise to include in your Jupyter Notebook to describe what is happening in your each and every line of code. And then you can upload your projects to GitHub, or even you can use Kaggle, like you can join also Kaggle like competitions and try out those things, and you can upload them to public and to get ideas and comments from other people as well. And then you should repeat these steps in order to be competent in your data science related fields. And then I would describe what makes a good data scientist. Then actually the data scientist always should drive towards business value. That means what you are doing in the university. That means in the university studying for years, you may have, you should have actually engaged in one or two projects, either individual or group projects. So once you choose a project and once you are doing the project, actually you should have a purpose. That means you should have a business value for the ultimate output of your project. That means there should be someone, you should aim that someone should be used your project at the end. Actually, that if not anyone is get some benefits from your project, actually there's no point of doing it. So actually you should have an intention that drive your, that you should make objective in order someone actually should be used your project at the end. And actually once you complete your degree, you can actually move towards the industry, and also you can move towards the academia. Then academia means there may be some students who like to learn like MSc, and even after MSc you can purchase, you can start your PhD also. So in this academic area also you can have these concepts in order to improve your data science and AI like skills also. And then the secondly, you should have developed a good communication skills. When talking about industry, actually in working with a team, you should have good communication and idea sharing skills with your managers and other colleagues in your team. And also if in terms of academia also, you should develop good communication skills with your project supervisors and also other stakeholders who are involving in your project. And then thirdly, you should know when and when not to use machine learning. So if your problem can be solved without machine learning, like from other mathematical and some statistical concepts without using the machine learning domain, deep going into the machine learning, then you should have some idea on when I should use machine learning and when should I not use machine learning for these kind of problems. And then you should have keen understanding on your project deadlines. Actually, it's most vital in the industry because actually data science process, as I described earlier, included many steps, about 7 steps actually. So as per the problem depth and the needed solution, the time taken for the project varies. So you have to make your timeline and adjust to those timeline while you are working in your project industrially. And also this basically this also occurs and validates for your like academic projects also. So actually we can't actually finish a data science project or a product within a day. So it should take some time like 6 months or 1 year in order to complete your project. And the data scientist actually should have a good understanding on their deadlines and the steps in your process. And then you should seek to acquire domain knowledge. That means, as I described earlier also, data scientists should have good domain knowledge on the area which you are working on. And then focus on feature engineering is also a most important point, as I described earlier in the data science process. Most of the data scientists' time and effort should be focused on feature engineering, such that the overall accuracy and the efficiency of whatever the solution they are making solely depends on the feature engineering task. Actually, there's a concept in data science like garbage in, garbage out. That means for every work that you deal with data science, you should have a clean data set. So the feature engineering should be a prominent task that every data science should perform. And then last, but it's actually most important, that consider yourselves as lifelong students. Actually, the current world, many research and many algorithms and new concepts and products are developing using this AI and data science domain. So in order to persist in the industry or even academia, you should be moving towards, you should be going towards along with current inventions. So you should learn and get an idea on the current innovations and like researchers also. And next, next slide, I will give you some tips for you who are seeking to enter the field of data science. First, actually, you should focus on developing real skills that can drive business value, as I described earlier. And then you should build a portfolio of real-world projects, not toy problems from school. Actually, you can start with some small problems like available in the internet, also like classification of cars or flowers, or and cats and dog like cat classification. And moving towards your degree, you should try to work for real world projects that ultimately would add business value for you and your overall degree. So that's one of the major points. And also in the internet also, in the sites like Kaggle and GitHub, like sites, you can find some real world projects where you can try, and you can also earn some money while you are learning in your university. And it's good if you can try out the real projects while in your university. And then you should seek internship while still in the university. That means it's good if you start early to find your internship in data science, so that you can have understanding on how the industry and how the academia and also moving along with your data science career. And then you should don't limit with your search positions related to data scientist in your job title. Actually, as I included in earlier slides, there are many career opportunities where you can enter as your fresher after you complete your degree. So when you search for some positions in, basically LinkedIn is one of the good major social media that you can use to get an idea or search your job opportunities. They actually you can search for some of the AI or data science related careers, and then look for their job description. Then actually when you look for the job description, you can find some of the data science or AI related tasks included. So actually don't limit your search positions data scientist. There are many job opportunities in the industry for graduate in data science like you in 3 or 4 years. And then finally, don't be discouraged, just apply. Then that means at your first application would not be successful, but even though, you should not be discouraged and just apply for some other companies and just seek other opportunities also. Then you would get your good and right job in your right time. And then this is the end of my presentation. And you can ask problems if you have. And thank you.
So today we are talking about this novel subject, which is currently, highly trending out there. So I would actually like to depend to the presentation you have done, Ms. Chathurangi, and actually that was really a great presentation where all the points that we have hoping to that we are hoping to discuss today within this session have been already included there. So from there to start, we know So there's a big hype about this subject called data science, and everyone wants to do something, wants to start doing something related to this data science nowadays. Some wants to follow a degree, and some needs to follow a specialization, and some are just following some data science related concepts via different platforms. So in order to get themselves up to date, up to speed. So in this particular context, I would like to ask from Mr. Mr. Eranga. You both are working in two different sectors. As for the presentation done by Ms. Chathurangi, we saw how the Mobitel is using this novel concept. So if we can aware the audience about the applications where the data science concepts are applied in your organization, and also about the data science platforms like different tools and specific IDEs used in your organization, it would be great. Mr. Eranga.
Hi, very good morning to all of you. Hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you properly, Mr.
So I am working for a financial services organization, London Stock Exchange. And like Chathurangi mentioned, analytics is used by almost all the industries nowadays, especially if you look at for financial services. We use data a lot because we want to keep our we want to be ahead of the competition always, right? As a financial services provider, we have three operating areas. Mainly, we are in the capital markets domain, right? We have a capital markets domain, a trading platform and all that. And we are into financial transaction clearing, right? With London Clearing House, we have that also, which is the post-trade part. And we are also into data providing. I mean, we have FTSE Russell and Refinitiv, where that we sell data, the insights of the market, for example, like the FTSE index and all that. So that's another business that we have. So we are a company who rely on data a lot, starting from the trading transactions to doing the clearance to, I mean, enabling the business users or the clients or the citizens with the insights about the market conditions, right? All three areas we are heavily using analytics. Especially as a financial organization, we have to make sure that we stop all the fraudulent transactions, right? So fraud detection is a heavy use case in us. And also, not only that, now there is another field where that analytics is heavily used, which is operational excellence. Operational excellence for the infrastructure and application related service uptime, right? Because for us, if let's say an application goes down even for 1 minute, that's causing a huge loss of money, right? Sometimes it could be millions of dollars, right? So because of it, we are using analytics heavily to make sure that our platforms and applications are up and running. So we have installed a lot of probes, right? In all the applications, the servers, we are monitoring the CPU, memory, disk IO, networks, application performance, database performance, all that in real time, right? To detect and prevent issues from happening so that we can provide an uninterrupted service to all our clients. So those are some of the things which we use heavily analytics for. I think other than that, generic analytics use cases where, you know, things like balance scorecards, where that we analyze our own financial cash flow and all that, and also the people, how the people are performing and all that. That's also part of it, but especially for detection and, you know, operational excellence, using analytics for operational excellence. Those are the key use cases.
Okay, so with that, some of the students probably may ask or may look for several opportunities like external opportunities and internal opportunities. So in the Sri Lankan landscape, I would probably ask from you, Mr. Eranga, in your understanding, how this demand side of it, in your view, I mean, how many and what are the types of opportunities currently available in this field?
I think there's a huge demand. There's a huge demand for analytics, like Chathurangi mentioned. You might see the opportunities or the job vacancies in different as different titles, but all of them are data science related opportunities. For example, like whatever the size or form of the industry, right now, if they want to stay ahead of the game, right, and if they want to maximize their profits, gain new customers, analytics is a key thing, right? So whether it's a telecommunication industry or healthcare, or let's say it could be pharmaceuticals, FMG, even supermarket chains, right? They are heavily depending on analytics, right? Now, because of it, there is huge demand, right? I know especially now few companies which Chathurangi mentioned in the presentation also, but even small companies, right, the startups, there's huge demand. So starting from data engineering to data visualization engineers to, and then machine learning engineers to data scientists, there could be, the title of the job could be different, right? But if you actually look at the roles and responsibilities and what has to be done in the job role, I think you will see there are so many opportunities there in the market.
Okay, so that gives a clear question that we can ask from whom that will represent the supply side of this. So Chaminda sir, how would you think the supply side of the skills within universities nowadays?
Yeah, Netmi, as clearly mentioned by Turanga, and I think still we are too late to start this data science degree programs really. But in 2017, LinkedIn named data science as the fastest growing job on the earth. And again, the Glassdoor mentioned that data scientist is the best job in United States in 2018. And furthermore, that LinkedIn has shown statistics with 650% job growth from 2012 up to now in data science discipline. And Department of Labor Statistics in USA, they have predicted 11.5 million new jobs in the field of data science. So then even Forbes magazine and Glassdoor, if you go to Glassdoor, you can find some salary scales as well. And but are we ready for such demand? Because Sri Lanka IT industry is generating a huge and considerable GDP to the country, and therefore, are we ready to cater to this new trend in data science? So actually, frankly, I'm telling that we are not ready yet. So I have seen in many paper articles also that we have to ready in universities in Sri Lanka, we have to be ready for the data science discipline and providing skillful graduates in this discipline. Even the Export Development Board websites, if you go there, you can see that they are predicting 5,000. They mentioned that they need 5,000 data scientists within this next 5 years. But in Sri Lankan universities, I'm not sure whether how many graduates we are producing in data science, but directly in data science, of course, I don't think that there are good graduates coming out, because this discipline is very new. And therefore, we have a huge responsibility. Being a higher education institute, we have to provide this demand. And we are the people, we are the institutions provide this human resource for the development of the IT industry. And therefore, we have started our data science degree program. So we have got the approval from the University Grant Commission and Minister of Higher Education to conduct this Bachelor of Science Honors in Data Science degree program. I think we will be able to cater to this demand in near future. Within 4 years' time, these undergraduates will be graduating, and therefore they will be fulfilling some sort of requirements expected by this industry and going to internship in the 3rd year, that is in 3 years' time. I think we will be able to supply the demand expected from the industry. Not fully, but a little portion, not even 10%, little portion. I think, but we are contributing in our best to supply this demand.
So with that, Chaminda sir, if we can just educate the audience about the specializations which are available in NSBM right now and about the content of the curriculum of the data science program we are offering at NSBM. Yeah, it would be great, sir, if we can educate the audience.
Yeah. Actually, the first year for data science is Bachelor of Science Honors in Data Science is 4 years degree program. So the first year is conducted in common. That is, all the students who are coming to the computer discipline, they will be following a common first year, which is catered for the data science, computer science, software engineering, information systems, computer networks, cybersecurity. And all these students will be following a common curriculum in the first year to be familiarized with the discipline. But in the second year onwards, they will be getting into the degree discipline of data science, and they will be learning about data science, that is the introductory topics in data science. And they will be learning the most demanding language on earth, that is the Python. And also they will be learning programming with R, that is statistics and stuff like that will be there. And also they will be learning about ethical conduct of the data science. And then they will be moving into the third year. So they will be learning about web mining and data mining. And also they will be learning about data warehousing and data visualization and the database management systems. So information assurance, and then they will be having a internship as well, and that is about 6 months internship. And also they will be learning the next demanding modules such as cloud computing, machine learning, and big data analytics. And when they come to the final year, they will be learning the real applications of data science, that is like applications in natural language processing, neural networks, big data programming, and urban computing, that is a new discipline really, and artificial intelligence, and the data science trends and applications. They will be learning different use cases, and also they will be able to apply those use cases in different disciplines. And also they will be learning about deep learning. I think it's a huge topic discussed even the Barack Obama's the controversial video. So it is kind of a deep fake actually, but here you'll be learning about deep learning applications. And then IoT, again, huge topic, that is Internet of Things. And things like that will be learning related with the data science. But apart from that, students will be more exposed into the other subject areas as well, like the software engineering disciplines like enterprise applications development, and all these things will be discussed in this 4 years curriculum of data science. Yeah,
So, Chaminda sir, since we have spoken about the curriculum and what we are trying to do as a degree at NSBM, the audience might have a doubt regarding the difference between the other degrees offered by the Faculty of Computing and this program called BSc Honors in Data Science.
Yeah, I will discuss it in general, not only in NSBM, but any discipline like computer science, software engineering, computer network, cybersecurity, but how it differs from data science. So the data science is the most interesting part of data science, as I see, is it is one of the most interesting subject area to learn, because we don't have any boring theories. I mean, the theories are there, but all these theories will be applied within the module itself. So they will be learning different types of algorithms, but those applications of those algorithms will be used within the curriculum. And that is the most interesting difference from the other disciplines and the data science, because more than 90% of the modules are practical based modules. So they'll be learning about analytics, they'll be learning about programming, and the most the demanded language on earth, that is Python. I'm really interested of Python, but I know that the classical programming languages like C++, C, and then I started from Pascal, actually, GW basic Pascal. And then with these evolutions, when I learned Python, actually it really became very easy and interesting, because there are lots of applications that we can do with Python, but it is not a difficult programming language. That is the most interesting part. But you will be doing very, very interesting things with the Python language. And also they will be learning about R for statistics, really. And the major difference is, as I feel, it is a very, really interesting degree discipline. And all the modules are interesting modules for learning. Apart from that, you will be getting applications from all the areas, like, for example, as Chathurangi mentioned. So we have use cases, we can find use cases in different areas, like even locating of this ambulance and locating of these fire trucks, how we can position these things. So they will be learning some societal related applications and projects in this curriculum. And that is another interesting thing. Even you will be learning about the facial, I mean, there are lots of AR and VR related applications on your mobile phone. So you'll be learning how to do this type of things. And so those are really interesting things, Netmi. That is the major difference I see from data science and from the other disciplines.
Okay, sir. So then moving to Mr. Eranga, as a manager, actually, what sort of skills you're expecting from a fresh graduate, those who are aware about the data science concept? What are the skills that your organization is expecting actually from a graduate?
Well, I can remember that I think Chathurangi covered that part also, but let me refresh that. I think Chaminda also covered certain aspects. Python is a skill which we are expecting, because that is kind of the language which is used for data science related work these days. As well as we are expecting them to know the fundamentals of all the basic or the core, statistical and data science algorithms and concepts, theories, right? So we are expecting that good understanding of those things, the principles, theory part. At the same time, we would like them to know how to handle the data. Now, things like what is a database, and then how you store the data in a database, and then how do you clean the things. So basic things we are expecting. Additionally, if they know industry tools like Power BI or maybe AWS or maybe Azure kind of technologies while they were doing their university projects, if they can get those skills also into their belt, I think those will be an advantage.
So okay, so Ms. Chathurangi, in your organization, what Mobitel Private Limited is expecting as the skills from this kind of a student who are already aware with the concepts like data science? If you can just further explain about the specific skills.
Yeah, as I included in the presentation also, he or she should have good programming skills. And actually here in Mobitel, actually we don't actually look for only Python. If he had done some other languages like Java or C++ also, then he is welcomed. And also he should have some idea on actually the mathematics and the statistics concepts. And then we look for the projects that has been already done in the university. That means either mini projects or the final year projects. If the final year project is more towards AI, and if they have done basically use some data science concepts in their projects, then we look for those also. And also some of the other certifications that he has done. That means there are many online learning platforms today available, like Coursera, and also you can do some exams in AWS also for free. Actually, I know that for university students, the Coursera courses and the AWS like exams, you can have 100% discounts. So it's we see some CVs where come to us. They have included those certifications and specializations also. Actually, it's a plus point if they have done self-learning from those sites and be competent in their areas. Actually, I think that NSBM currently degree program is very good because it's focused on the data science only. Because earlier in Sri Lanka, actually there were software engineering and IT where the overall general idea as discussed by Chaminda was there. And those are the concepts that actually Mobitel seek, as I earlier said.
So then I would probably ask this question from Chaminda sir. From this university, NSBM, how a student is being prepared for an industry? Means how and what is the internship plan that has been developed within this program offered by the Department of Data Science?
Yeah, so since the program is offered by NSBM, so we have prepared a compulsory internship module in the 3rd year. So they have to undergo 84 working days internship, which is monitored by both ends. That is, we will be providing an academic supervisor to monitor the progress of the students' internship. At the same time, he will be responsible and he has to maintain a daily diary with the industry supervisor. So he will be writing, industry supervisor will be writing some feedbacks of his performance and what areas he or she has to develop. Sometimes the communication, sometimes the programming skills, things like that. He will be writing down all those notes, and the student has to show that daily diary every week to the academic supervisor. So then academic supervisor is closely monitoring the student's progress and the other skills required by this student. So then the academic supervisor will direct the student to develop those skills. So with that, we are preparing these students, one of the best students that is having industry skills. And if the student is interested to continue the internship, we have provided that facility to continue the internship as an employment. Then the student will be employed while he is studying in the final year. So ultimately, the student will be coming for the convocation while having a job. So this will make sure that the students graduating from NSBM will be having an employment at the time of convocation. And in the past years, we have some statistics showing that more than 90% of the students are employed at the time of graduation. So this is how we prepare our students for the internship and the employment at the time of graduation.
So we can see some questions are coming from the audience. Personally, they are sending messages to me, and yeah, I mean, some of those questions we have already discussed. And so in the Q&A session, we are trying to provide solutions and the answers, right, for all your questions. So Mr. Eranga, some of the students in the audience are very much interested about how and what would be like the starting salary, or what's the compensation potential for DS related jobs in the job market. Maybe you don't have to give an exact number as such, but is there any a range or something that you can say, Mr. Eranga?
That's a tough question to answer these days, I think mainly because of the country situation now. But I think the figures which I saw in Mr. Chathurangi's presentation are quite close. They are ranging around 100 to 150. I think those figures are very close from an enterprise organization level. Like I told you, analytics is needed whatever the size or the form of the organization nowadays. So depending on their capacities, the actual pay would differ. But to look at an enterprise organization. There are enterprises, we have small and medium scale organizations, etc. But enterprise scale organizations, they would be paying something like 100 to 150,000 rupees within that particular range, if you have some good skills. Yes.
So one last question, Mr. Eranga. How important the business domain knowledge for a data science student? Is it compulsory?
Business domain knowledge is compulsory, but that cannot be learned from an undergraduate program. That's for sure, right? So my advice is anyone who is coming into analytics field should have a curiosity to learn the business. I think this was again stressed by Ms. Chathurangi as well earlier, right? So they should have a very deep curiosity to analyze the business, to learn the business. How are we making money, and what can actually lower the costs? What can improve our customer satisfactions? What can improve our operational resiliency? So those things are needed for them to learn. Right? But that can be learned only after they get into a certain they join a certain organization only. I don't think otherwise you can get any industry experience while doing your graduation program. Of course, I think from the internship during those 3 to 6 months period, when you go and work in a particular organization, whatever it is, right? Whatever the size of the organization, I would suggest them to learn about the business as much as possible, because the theories will only help you, right, to give data, to make data insights, right? But how you make what becomes insights depends on the actual organization's strategy and all that. So it's very important, but I think that can be done only after joining the company.
Okay, so with that, now it's the time for Q&A session. So my dear students, you can ask the questions, and if you have any concerns regarding the things that we have discussed so far, it's a time for you guys. Do you have any questions, students, regarding this novel concept called data science? You can unmute your microphone and ask the questions if you have. Or else you can send us the messages via the chat field. Right. Do you have any questions, my dear students? Right, okay. So, all right, that brings us to the end of today's webinar. So, Mr. Eranga, Ms. Chathurangi, and Chaminda, I would like to thank you very much for taking part in our session. And it was really a great experience having you in our session today. Thank you again for your contribution and for your valuable time inspiring these young students that are here with us today who are keen on this domain. So at last but not least, let me warmly mention the pioneer of the true potential of the Department of Data Science, Mr. Chaminda Wijesinghe, head and senior lecturer attached to the Department of Data Science at NSBM Green University. With that, we wish you all the very best for your bright future, students, and to become brilliant minds with a generous heart. Have a good day and stay safe.